Yo, let's move this along, man. Smackdown was alright, Raw was alright. I wasn't down on the shows. I just really wasn't up on them. Like, the way either my headphones was giving the crowd or, just what the crowd was somewhat looking like. I think I'm a little down because Samantha doesn't want to work there anymore. I think that's been kind of messing with me. Because then it's like, damn, do we go and, you know, follow her now and see what she's up to as far as all of the rest of her future endeavors? Or do we just, let her give back and eventually find her way home, which, a shift in the mold. Best of luck to her, man. We gonna move forward. I think it is a little much dealing with that schedule when you have to deal with it. So that and then everything else, man, people need to be who they need to be with. I'll just leave that there. It leaves space for parts of my character to further develop. So good for her, man. For real, for real. Let's get into SmackDown. Um, I mean, I had my highlights, things I was happy about, but ultimately, we're gonna look at the rest. All right, Jey Uso solo. Solo's in a good spot. Jay is constantly moving up. I think if he works on the rule of cool, I mean, I don't want to say too much or too little on it. It's just if he continues not trying to reinvent what he's doing, but just going along the path with, adding more of it, I guess creative, but add whatever creative thinks would work for him so far as getting more, you know, of that crowd love because he has a lot of popularity and just momentum. So let's keep that going. Yeah, he lost the match to Braun. Good move, but you see, that's because he has so much momentum on his side. The title was technically elevated, if we're looking at that. But now let's move on. Him and Solo, yeah, Solo's fine. Solo's fine. Whole crew fine. Um, we're gonna leave that there and let things continue. DIY Street Profits, Pretty Dudley, a solid tag match. Triple Threat John coming up. We waiting to see it when we get there. Last Legend beat Piper Niven. Look, first of all, shouts to Piper Niven, man. P is great. Glad they getting this Chelsea thing together the way it's supposed to be. We could do a lot more with actually, no, I think it's been a very organic build so far as like the way Chelsea's grown. So I'm gonna leave it for a little while longer, but I'm definitely appreciating her direction right now. And then, I mean, look, her and Piper have they've been a thing for a while now. I think that I think she's great. And then Chelsea, like they rub off each other well, so we're just gonna wait for things to continue to develop within the women's tag division. Now, shout out to Jakara, we already know. That's a fact. Um, yo, LaShawn got out there, and I haven't been more prideful in the women's division in a while. Like I'm very, very, very happy for her. Let's say it like that. I don't want to put nothing over the moon or nothing like that because the obvious is obvious. But I've been pulling for Lash for a while now, man. I'm talking some years. Just being uh, a transitional superstar, going from one direction and really finding what I would say is her niche and her spot, man. She looks great, and I think it's a really nice 1-2 punch with her and Jakara. So look, that she did awesome. If anybody was watching that, they would be proud of her too, man. And some people aren't gonna be the craziest about it, but I think she was phenomenal in the ring, for real, for real. So Very good stuff. I'm actually anticipating watching NXT in a few, just so she could get back on. Like, it's like I said, there's a lot of pride there, man, and I'm really, really proud of both of them getting in there, getting it popping. They have that look. They've got a little bit of shine to them also. So let's, how can I say, like just that I don't want to say luster. I don't even know. There, I wouldn't even say that freshness because there aren't really any still superstars right now, in my opinion. But it's definitely it's a newer feeling in the women's tag division with them there, and then we've got powerhouses, and I like that like little dynamic between uh Game and HBK with how they're continually having strong pieces in like every situation. So many superstars are at a higher level now, just because of the freedom and creative. I'm enjoying what I'm looking at. We got Nia Jax over there. We got LaShawn now. We got Piper Niven there, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying, like, there's still NXT stuff going on. So we're not really trying to say too much, but good stuff, man. I'll sit here all night doing that. All right, Motor City Machine Guns, A-Town Down under Los Garza. All right. Tag Division is trying to revamp itself. Let's go. It's looking like it's going to be pretty solid. That tag match for the number one contendership. Look, man, this is good. Every match is having stakes. We're building things slowly. Characters are being developed off of like other already developed characters, but properly and responsibly. I'm loving it. So, Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, Bayley and Naomi. Bayley and Naomi, good spot. Barely 2 weeks though. 2 weeks on a loss. I mean, solid rubs running around, but let's calm that shit down. Bayley's still the greatest of all time. Um, yo, Trent goes so hard now, man, and it's like it took a while. It's just you learn throughout the weeks to trust the process of the game's creative. That's my that's my stance on it after watching for as long as I've been watching at this point. So good. Candice LeRae, Indy in there. Yeah, I mean Indy with some craziness jumping in. Candice with the capitalization, and then the rest. I like the win. I like the victory. I like the story. I enjoyed the character development in it. So it's really like it's something. And I've been waiting for Pixie and Indy to get popping for a little while. So good, good, good on them. I'm loving that. So shouts to him. Now what else we doing? All right, Bloodline beat down Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso. All right, a little bit of tension in the Uso circle, huh? Last week I said, nah, fuck it. They don't need to get back together. We know they're gonna get back together, but if they don't get back together, I ain't knocking it because I don't stand for shit like that. Now it's gonna be a little more heartfelt. It was gonna be heartfelt before, but it's it's about how it happens at this point. The one thing we can say, was a good thing with the old man. Sometimes he would listen, and the decision that he made to keep him good, and we're waiting, and we know he wanted to for the longest. He wanted to just split them up and make them fight. That didn't happen. So now, over the time, we finally got something that looks really good between the two. Did they fight already? Did that happen? I can barely remember, but ultimately, I definitely liked uh, I like where we're going with it now. It was a little heavy, a little bit, a little tense, a little tense. Not even going front, but ultimately there's, nothing that we could do so far as what else. Oh my God, hold up now. All right, yeah, there's nothing that we're gonna be able to do to stop it. It's just how long it's gonna take to get to those points where everyone's back together again. I will definitely say though, I mean we're not rushing them back, but there's some wise man chatter, and we are all technically waiting for the wise man to get back now. Like I'm looking at it, I don't like Roman being humanized. Even the crowd was there screaming that, like "fuck you, me." Not even the whole acknowledging Solo thing, because that makes the Ula follow look good, I guess. But nah, what is? It was just Roman wasn't looking like the tribal chief. And that's the whole thing. So when he's on the way back to that, because the story's just starting off, we'll get there. But yeah, man, it was fine. His confidence was there. It was just like the way they were trying to tell the story, it was working, but it's still like, nah, man, Roman, nah. Like we'll get there. You know what I mean? It has to look like it means something and it matters. And so far, it's definitely mattering. I'm liking Roman. And then Jimmy's good too. It's all good. Like Jimmy needs to find space for character now. It's the iron's hot. It reminds me of when Solo was wilding on AJ and Jimmy was right there. We need to get more in the Killer Jimmy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the whole no yeet thing. I mean, Team Noye. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm at right now. You know, like now, I don't even want to say Team No Yay, because that's kind of crazy too. You feel me? Like, I can't even do that and make it two words, but it's still like, look, I'm kind of in between. Yeah, I'm a little space in between that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Team No Yay, no relay. You know what I'm saying? Now, respectfully, you guys shit wilder. But now, respectfully, let's get in the Raw. All right, way more important. Game talked about at the press conference. Raw is, you know, it's its own animal. Looking at a 3 hour bit for a number of years after 2 hours was like not enough time, and then 3 hours turned into way too much time. Now we're moving back to 2 hours, and I'm like hopping out of my sleep in cold sweats. Like, what is something off right now? Nah, we just filled in as much as we could within the 2 hours, and it felt right. But at the same time, I don't know. It's still very early in this little part of in this home stretch toward the Netflix launch. I'm I'm gonna let things continue to simmer. I know the decision is gonna be ultimately made by Netflix when they're ready, but I'm looking at a very open energy for that third hour of Raw right now. So it has to be structured and decided what we're gonna do with it if we were to keep it. If we don't keep it, I understand. But if the third hour does stay, I actually am of the faith that Netflix will be able to properly assist, where they can. Not, I don't know, I don't want to say ads, no shit like that. It's just, I definitely know that Netflix is popping enough. So I'm anticipating what decision they're going to make. But 2 hours would not be something anybody's mad at. This is the first time I've ever tried. I've never even, Netflix live like that. That's crazy. Let's find out though. Let's see what happens. All right. Raw. Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed fought all night. I don't want to do this. And it's only because, I think the elder gets a kick out of feeling like somebody is doing something that they don't want to do. I still don't want to do this. Look, it's getting dark out. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of getting in my bag. I got to hurry up before the moon get lit because that's when I'm going to start talking crazy, especially looking at, what was this, the Raw from October 23rd? Fun facts on October 23rd when it comes to me and WWE, I'd rather not get into because it's going to get dark. You see what I'm saying? So Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins going at it. I'm definitely optimistic about how entertaining it's going to be because I've seen the OG go to great lengths to piss people off at times, and it's all because my opinion is a good sport, and we all do our best to be the same way just off of those teachings. That's really what I got for it. So they fought all night. Good. They're gonna fight next week. Pierce did pretty solid all night. What else happened? New Day, AOP. Look, all right. So as far as this tag title thing going, I'm actually pulling for New Day this time around. I'm not even this time around. This is my team, it's my guys, but I think it's right. I think it's a good good, good decision if they would have become champs. But if not, I understand. But I think it's a good time for them. It's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of time in between, and it's a fresh idea again. So let's get there. If we get there, where's E at? We'll get there when we get there. You know what I'm saying? So good on them. Io Sky, Kyrie Sane, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, no contest. LaShawn and Jakara, good, good, good. Um, all directions. Io and Kyrie are developing. Io is more of the combat, so she doesn't necessarily need too much charisma. She's vicious. She's been that. Um, Kyrie has a lot of character, and it can work for her. It was scaled back just a slight, so let's turn that up just a little bit more. Sports entertainment is at the forefront every time I look at her, and I'm happy to see her. So let's keep that going. It reminds me a couple of weeks back, Casey and Kaden. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know the feeling. I feel like now I'm just stuck here with Casey. Respectfully. You see what I'm saying? After Samantha done went and left us. So yeah, there goes my energy there. So that's what's up. And Casey was in the ring. Excuse me, Katana, was that Katana? Whatever. She was fucking spazzing, and that she's been there. So let's continue to keep that energy going because it was good for development. Um, Rhea Ripley attacked Liv Raquel. Yes, Raquel's doing great. Shades are working. It's an accepted ad. A lot of the vignettes that were going on with the Viking Warriors, and I think Bronson had one, but no, Raquel having one was well placed and definitely well accepted. I liked it. Now, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, American Mid, good stuff. Hold on, was there something else going on earlier in the night? I believe in not LWO stuff, but in New Day stuff or whatever with the. Oh my God, the Wyatts came out. Where's AOP? Was that earlier? Yeah, the Wyatts came out, and now we got one with the Wyatts in the Final Testament. Only thing I can think about is if Karrion Kross comes out, keep him with his old music the same way every other superstar has their own music, just like Judgment Day. Carlito being the fixer now. It's a direction, but I like the first one better. Being adding that cool factor, why not? I like it. I think it fits for his gimmick, and he can take that places. He was looking like for the past couple weeks he's been looking like a sincere fit. Like, yeah, he belongs. So that's good. And everyone else clearly belongs. JD with those silly ass pants, I mean, whatever. One shade, another shade. You got plenty of shades, but that one a little different. Homage to Bray RIP somewhat. So everybody looked real good. I like Judgment Day right now. Let's a little troll on forms of the character development. Don't think nothing slide past me. Don't be foul to my young down there, bruh. Now, who is it? Don't be making jokes and the da-da-das and they'll be optimistics. All right, cool, whatever. Game is a little bit more of a chaperone, so it seems. So we'll wait and we'll give it time, but I liked it either direction. Pause. Braun Breaker, Jey Uso in the Continental Championship. Lillian Garcia is back, and it's awesome to have her back. I mean, it's pretty obvious that, with the family that I've been able to create for myself, Samantha had become a part of it. And it's something to, actually be that impacted by someone in a not necessarily for frontal role, you know. So, you know, her dipping off, it's just like, wow, we gonna get that back. And then, it's like Lillian's back, and it's like, oh wow, look, our childhood's back. That's what's up. But then, like, it's just at this point, it's something to just get accustomed to. So, um, shouts to Lillian. Like, we're happy that she's here, but the part of myself that's more affected is, the obvious loss that is Samantha Irvin on ring announcing. sad, and like I said, we wish you the best of luck. Braun Breaker, Jey Uso. All right, I mean, if anybody was ever worried about what we could do with Jay's momentum, how we would transmute the bloodlines of popularity into a Jey Uso singles run with the championship. Look how fast he took. Like he's larger than the title. I think that's enough. So Braun getting the championship back, it definitely speaks to the grit and determination, like, and just what he's capable of when he's like for real focused, obviously. And that'll be something that moves him moves him up the roster or up the card or whatever down the line. I'm definitely anticipating what happens next with Braun. And then look, Jay's clearly busy right now. He has this family thing to handle, and when we get there with him and Jimmy and all of that, we'll get there. Like, I ain't really worried about nothing till the wise man get back. So that's how that's going to play out. Look, I've been doing this over 20 minutes, man. I got other things to do. Night is already got dark outside. So, yo. Man, I want to say something clever and shit like that, but I really don't feel like it. So he said I don't feel like doing this part. So, holla at your boy.